Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bio 105, Heredity, Evolution, and Society for spring of 2023 semester. My name is Crystal Pierce, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester. So in this welcome video, what I wanted to do is just take a quick few minutes to go over our course layout, just so you can understand how assignments are going to be laid out, what the expectations are as far as turning assignments in. We'll talk a little bit about the syllabus and schedule, although I'm going to leave that mostly to you in order to read and look over. And then I'll go over some sort of special features that I want to make sure that you are aware of so that by the time you're finished with this video, you should be able to jump on into course content and you should be ready to go. A little bit about me. So I am in my 14th year here at Harper College. I am also currently the department chair for the biology department. So I've been here for a while. In addition to teaching this particular course, I teach other non-majors level courses. So things like our environmental biology courses, Bio 103 and Bio 104. So you can kind of say that non-major biology students are kind of my specialty. This is the group of students and the audience of students that I particularly enjoy teaching. 105 is kind of a unique class because there are topics here that you can find in other biology classes, but we go more into depth on those topics in this particular class than we do in any other. So one of the things that I really like about this course is how relatable it is to our own personal lives, right? So genetics and heredity, these are things that you are probably, maybe concepts you're somewhat familiar with. You're going to learn a lot more about them. You're going to learn a lot more about the biological mechanisms behind some of these concepts. Maybe you are a fan of crime dramas or you've watched things on TV where they talk about DNA evidence and they talk about, or maybe even you've subscribed to one of those websites that gives you sort of your genealogy based on a DNA sample. So you're going to learn a little bit more about the science behind all of those things. That's what this course happens to be about. So it's always a nice one to teach just because, again, I do find the topics particularly relatable to things that many of you will probably be aware of. So as far as our Blackboard course goes, the first thing you'll notice here is the welcome message. I will be posting weekly announcements. So every week you can come to the announcements page and I will give you an overview of what is expected of you that week. So a rundown of all the assignments, the lecture material that you're expected to cover during that time. If there's any additional things that you're responsible for, I'll post those all in the weekly announcements. And then you can come back to this announcement page, our landing page, and find that information week after week after week. Once you get through the announcements, the next place I'm going to have you go through is our syllabus page. So in addition to the syllabus itself, by the time you see this page, there will also be the schedule will be posted. As of making this video, which is just before the first of the year, I don't quite have the schedule fully ready to go. I mean, it's like 99% ready to go, but not enough that I'm comfortable posting it just quite yet. But by the time you see this video, the schedule will be here with an overview of what we're going to be covering each week. As far as what to expect with the syllabus, and I can share that with you because I have that posted, but here's the syllabus as well. Please make sure you go through this. This is a fairly standard syllabus. As you have taken classes here at Harper before, you're probably very familiar with the format of this. If you are new to Harper, welcome to you. We're glad to have you. There's a lot of very important information that's in here that you should definitely review and you're going to want to look through before you really start off with the course. Things including how to get a hold of me, what we're going to be covering this semester, the required materials for this class. Good news. This is an OER class. OER means we use open educational resources. So there's nothing that you need to purchase for this class. I'm going to give you the link to the text we're going to be using. It's through the CK12 Foundation, and we use a textbook called College Human Biology. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. There are several sections of this particular text that we'll be using. We will not be using the text in its entirety because it covers a little bit more than we're actually going to be covering. In addition to the text, you will need to exclusively use Blackboard. So all of the assignments will be posted here on Blackboard, with the exception of our blogging assignments. For that, I do use a separate website called EduBlogs, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. So I also have the criteria for assessment for the course, what the assignments look like, including exams, blogging assignments, sort of your weekly written assignments. There will be one large project that you're going to do. And I say large, it's not a huge project. It just is a project that will take you more than a single week. So you'll probably have to devote a couple of weeks to gathering information and materials for this particular project. I call it the creative media assignment is what I call it, but essentially it's like a small semester project that you're going to be working on. And I also do use a website called Socrative for some weekly check-ins, which you'll learn more about. The rest of the syllabus is pretty self-explanatory with information that is required by the college, including where to access different support services if you're in need of those, including our academic services, our access and disability services. So a whole host of really important information if you're new to Harper in particular, or even if you're not, even if you started Harper in the fall and maybe these are resources that you're not aware of. I want to bring these to your attention. The final 2 pages here are then the schedule, which again, I will post on Blackboard. I just haven't quite done it yet. I've broken it down by week, the topic we're going to be covering, which particular section of the textbook you'll be reading, and then what your assignments happen to be for that particular week. And you'll notice for the most part, we have a fairly routine set number of assignments. You'll be keeping a blog this semester, so documenting sort of your learning process. It's one of these, if you've heard the term metacognitive strategies, metacognitive is just a really fancy way for saying thinking about how we think. So we're processing our learning, right? So rather than just being sort of this open bowl and we throw a bunch of information in it and we retain it, that's not how it works. We actually have to process that information. We have to think about it. And so writing about it and describing how you're learning and what you're learning actually does help you retain that information better. So we'll be doing a very simple writing assignment associated with that. It kind of takes place of a discussion board. So if you have taken other online classes, either at Harper or other institutions, and you've been engaged in discussion boards, it's somewhat similar. It's just a little bit different. We're using a slightly different format and a slightly different layout, but it's a lot of the same idea that we're processing what we're learning. Then we'll have also these optional adaptive practice assignments. So these are not for credit. These are simply for your own benefit to make sure that you're understanding the content. These are like practice assignments. We use the CK12 website, which is where our textbook is found. And these check-ins that I talked about, these Socrative check-ins, which is kind of like an online polling system. So you'll notice that the flow of week in and week out is very, very similar as far as assignments go. We cover anywhere from 1 to 2 topics per week, just kind of depends on how much we have to cover. We will have 3 exams. There is no comprehensive final in this class. It's just a third exam. So if you want to think of each unit of information, we have 3 units of information and 3 exams that we build upon. Please do note that in biology, like many other science subjects, topics build on each other. So in order to understand the information at the end of the semester, you have to start with the information you learned at the beginning of the semester, and you build upon that. So you can't jump around, you'll miss out on things. All right, so that is the syllabus. Next, as far as faculty information goes, this is me. This is where you can find me. I do teach classes on campus in addition to teaching this online course. So on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I am on campus. If you also happen to be on campus, you're more than welcome to stop by during my office hours. If you're not on campus and would prefer to meet with me virtually, we can do that too. Tuesdays is sort of my virtual office hour day. If that particular time, I list 10 to 12:30. If that particular time doesn't work for you, just let me know and we can probably work something else out. We can have a conference online. I use WebEx, but I can also use, there's a tool in Blackboard itself called Blackboard Collaborate, which is pretty easy to use. So either one of those tools we can use and I'd be more than happy to talk with you. Just go ahead and email me to set that up with me, and I'm more than happy to accommodate specific requests. Here under our additional information is some important registration information. So I mentioned CK12. So CK12 is where our textbook is. And actually I can go to the textbook itself. So here is our textbook. Let me actually go back to, I'm sorry, let me get rid of that. And let me go to the table of contents here. Oh, it's not letting it work for me. Let's see if I can get back there. All right, well, it's not particularly working for me at the moment, but this is an example then of what our textbook looks like. So again, we're using an OER text. Oh, here it is. We're using an OER text. All of the chapters are here laid out for you in the announcements, and also in Blackboard each week I'll lay out for you which particular sections that you're responsible for reading so that you know what you need to cover. For example, you'll have to read about plasma membranes, and so there's a chapter here all about plasma membranes. There's also this practice activities here at the bottom. You will click on these and you'll answer questions based on the readings. The idea is it's sort of just to help you reinforce your knowledge. So in order for me to be able to assign those to you, you have to be part of my classroom. So I do have a classroom set up here, Bio 105, spring of 2023. You will enroll in that, and this is how you enroll in it. So here's the instructions. You create an account and you put in my class code, and then you're part of my class. And then I can see who's completing the activities each week. Again, this is not for credit. This is purely optional, but I highly recommend these as a way to, again, double check and reinforce your content knowledge before the exams, because for each particular unit, we have activities that are turned in each week, but there's no quizzes of any kind. So this is sort of your self-learning opportunity here to make sure that you understand the content before you move on to the next section. I also have a folder here for rubrics in case you're interested on how I'm grading blog posts and exam essay questions. There will be some essay questions on our exam. This particular folder is more about that creative media assignment that I talked about. I'm not going to cover it now because it's the beginning of the semester. We're not going to do anything with that till the end of the semester, so I'll let that be for now. I also then have privacy statements and copyright statements here. Okay, so let's see if I can get rid of this. I don't like this. It's kind of in my way. I'll put it up there. All right, let's go then to where you're going to be spending most of your time, which is here in our learning modules. So the first module is already available. This is our course orientation. So this is how all of my folders are set up. You will see an overview of the topics or learning objectives. You'll have the activities and then the assignments and what their due dates happen to be. And then for this one, I'm breaking down activities. Here's the welcome message. Here's the course orientation video. You're watching it right now. If you have not used Blackboard before, you're new to Harper, or you're new to submitting assignments online, this is a quick video that shows you how to do that, because we are submitting everything online in this particular course. And then I also have instructions on how to do the adaptive practice exercises. So that CK12 I just showed you, this is how to actually do those assignments that I've mentioned. And then this is just an overview of all of the different tabs here that we have on Blackboard and what each of them are for. So pretty self-explanatory, I think. Once you're finished looking at that, you can go to the module assignments. The first and foremost one, super, super important. After you have reviewed the syllabus, you need to take the syllabus confirmation survey. The first unit of information, so our first week, week 1, those materials will not be available to you until you complete this survey, right? So the survey is really simple. It says, I read the syllabus, I understand the syllabus, and if I have any questions, I'm going to ask my instructor. And you just click yes, yes, yes. As long as you do all those things, voila, our first week 1 unit will become, week 1 module folder will become available to you. If you don't do those things, then you will not be able to move forward. So if you send me an email frantically the first week of class that says, I can't access the materials for week 1. Say, did you take the syllabus confirmation quiz? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, do that. When you do that, then you can get the materials, but you can't get it until you've done that. The other website that we're going to use is, again, EduBlogs. So EduBlogs is a blogging website. It is, here, let me go there real quick. I'll go to EduBlogs real quick. Why not? Let me show it to you. So you're going to be keeping a blog this semester, which means, yes, you're going to have to sign up for another account. So there's 3 accounts you're going to sign up for. Technically 2 accounts and 1 site you're just going to sign into each time. CK12, EduBlogs, and then you'll have to sign into Socrative every time that you use it. So let me go to my sites. Here we are. So we're going to be in the spring, Bio 105 Spring 2023 is the website we're going to be at. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and, I don't know if I've actually posted, I think I've posted a blog on here before. Let's go there. Let's see what's on there. I don't remember. So this is my 104 site. Okay, so I'll show you my 104 site, which Bio 104 is another class that I teach. I use this blogging assignment with both that class and this class. So here's some information that I posted back in August when my students were back on campus, which was just some basic information about, kind of what we need to do and things that I was looking forward to and things like that. I thought I had done that already for Bio 105 also, but I guess I haven't. Let me view my site here. Oh, I guess I kind of have. Okay, here it is. So welcome to Bio 105. I give you a little bit of information about myself. So I guess I did a little bit. Yeah, so I kind of left a post. It's not as nice as the other one, but I did leave a post. But in any case, you all are going to be doing that as well, right? So you're going to sign up for an account, you're going to join my class, and then we'll all have each other's blogs that we can read each week. And I do give you some prompts for those blog assignments. So sometimes it's going to be a little bit more freeform, do whatever you want. Sometimes it's going to be very specific, as in I want you to answer or respond to these particular prompts. So each week you'll know what you're doing. You also have to comment on someone else's blog. Okay, so you'll be able to see everyone in the class. You just pick a blog to read and you respond to it. Again, it's not unlike a discussion board. It's just a different format. And then here's the information about registering once again for the CK12 classroom. I've put it in a couple of different locations. So that then does it for our course orientation module. And then again, once you have filled out the syllabus confirmation form, you're going to be able to see the week 1 folder. I'm turning this on just so you can see it, just to give you kind of the layout and show you, again, the same thing that I've shown you before. So objectives, activities, assignments, lecture materials are here. I give you both slides, and there will also be video lectures that correspond to those slides. So I do give you both. Here's the practice modules that you will need to do. And then once again, there will be other information under assignments, and I'll go over that in the week 1 announcement video. So every week, just about every week, not quite every week, I'll create a video. So sometimes I'll go every other week. It just kind of depends on what else happens to be going on as far as schedules go. But you'll typically see at least 2 to 3 videos of me throughout each month of the semester when I go over things, especially if there's new things that I want to relate to you. So if there's information that's too much to put in an email, then I'll definitely relate that to you via video. In addition to your weekly announcements that you'll receive from me every week, you're also going to get a midweek email from me, which just says, hey, everyone, hope your week is going great. Don't forget, here's your assignments. And then finally, you will also get an end of the week email from me as well, which is, don't forget, here's what's due by the end of the day today. So I try to keep in contact with the class as much as I can, right? I know we're not face to face, but I try to make myself visible and accessible as much as I possibly can. What's really important, since we're an online class, is that you have to reach out to me when you have questions. if there's things that you need, if there are challenges that you're facing, if there's a problem, whatever it happens to be, just reach out to me, right? Send me an email. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I respond pretty quickly to email. Reach out to me and say, oh, I'm having a problem with this, or I can't find that, or can you explain this? And I'm more than happy to do that. But I'm not a mind reader. I don't know when you're struggling unless you tell me that you're struggling, right? So it's really important that we keep a good sort of open dialogue with each other so that I can make sure that I am providing everything I can for you to be successful in this class. So that wraps it up for this intro video. Again, welcome. I'm excited to learn more all about you. Don't forget, after watching this video, please go through that orientation module, read the syllabus, take the syllabus confirmation quiz, get your blog going on EduBlogs. The first week's assignment is going to be to post an introduction on the blog so we get to know each other a little bit better. And then sign up for CK12 so that you can have access to those adaptive practice assignments. So that's all for this week. I'll talk to you again next week. Bye, everybody.